So let's talk about then how we bring the environment into our bodies. Well, the major way, the greatest exposure we have to the environment is through our food. So that's one way, through our gut. So we actually bring our environment in through our sense organs, like the skin. So not only does it feel, but things cross over the skin through our ears. So somebody mentioned noise. So you can have noise, but you can also have beautiful sound, right? Through smells, through taste. So these are some ways that you bring things in. There's some other exposures I want to talk to you about. Some come through your eyes, and that's light. And I want to talk about light in terms of sleep, even though we're going to talk a little bit more about sleep later. But being exposed to light at night, bright light, especially blue light, and I think a lot of us have become aware of this, but that will suppress the release of melatonin. Melatonin is an absolutely essential hormone that we need, and it begins to be released in the evening as it's getting dark. And that's the cue for it to be released, is darkness. So if you have this blue light coming in your eyes from screening on the computer, on the phone, watching TV, bright lights, then that melatonin is not going to have a cue to start being released. And you need this melatonin for your immune function, your hormonal function, your nervous system. It also signals the transition from wakefulness to sleep. I remember one night being on the road, teaching classes, and I said, I'll just play solitaire on my computer. That should help me go to sleep. Little did I know that it was suppressing my melatonin, and I was just like wide awake until like 1 in the morning and freaking out about that. So, so transitioning to quiet activities, lowering the light. If you don't know how to get your computer and your cell phone to go to amber screen in the evening, write to me, and I'll show you how to do that. And I'm also going to give you a link to an app that you can put on the computer and the phone that will turn it to amber. Also, bright light in the morning is great because it signals other hormones that you need for your daytime activities to be released. And believe it or not, bright light therapy in the morning can balance the sleep-wake cycle and actually improve sleep in people with cancer. So they've studied that, they've looked at it, and it's useful. So think about light and what kind of light you're being exposed to and when. The other thing, somebody said getting out in nature, and a study, an article just came out yesterday, so I thought I'd include it. So a way to bring in the environment is through something the Japanese call forest bathing. I don't know how to pronounce the term in Japanese. In this article, they call it forest therapy, but getting out in nature is essentially what we're talking about. And what this can do, and we found in studies, is that it improves your overall health and well-being. It lowers cortisol, which is a hormone that gets released when you're in stress, and it can be chronically released and very damaging. When you smell those oils, the volatile oils of the trees, believe it or not, that smelling of it has antimicrobial properties. Maybe they'll find it's anti-COVID. It increases your natural killer cell activity, which you need to kill viruses and you need to kill cancer cells. It lifts people's depression, it eases anxiety, it lowers blood pressure. And if you get out in nature, it gets you moving more. So then you're bringing in another healing practice. So some positive thoughts about creating a healing environment. And there are many more ways to do that, but here are a couple of easily accessible ones.